Jakub Mensik stuns childhood idol Novak Djokovic to win Miami Open. Czech teenager, Jakub Mensik produced the biggest victory of his young career by defeating Novak Djokovic 7-6, 4, 7-6, 4 in the Miami Open final, securing his first ATP title. The 19-year-old, ranked 54th before the tournament, became the 9th youngest Masters 1000 champion in history and the second youngest in Miami, behind Carlos Alcaraz. Djokovic, who was aiming for his 100th career title and a record-extending 7th Miami Open crown, battled through multiple challenges, including a 5.5-hour rain delay, an eye infection, and a humid, slippery court. However, the biggest obstacle was Mensik's power and poise under pressure. The 6-foot for Czech served 14 aces and was broken just once, capping his remarkable run with a dominant serving performance in both tiebreaks. "You're the one I idolized when I was young," Mensik said to Djokovic in the trophy presentation. "I started playing tennis because of you." Djokovic graciously acknowledged Mensik's triumph, admitting, "It hurts me to admit it, but you were better. In the clutch moments, you delivered the goods. For a young player like yourself, this is a great feature." Mensik's journey to the Miami Open title was filled with unexpected twists. Just before his first-round match against Roberto Bautista Agut, he nearly withdrew due to inflammation in his right knee. The teenager visited the referee's office to announce his withdrawal but found the official was out for lunch. Instead, a physiotherapist convinced him to try painkillers and undergo treatment. "I couldn't walk, I couldn't run," Mensik recalled. "But after a few minutes of treatment, I started to feel a little relief. I took different painkillers, which helped a little bit. I thought, okay, let's try it. I can walk. I can run. Let's see." What followed was an extraordinary run, during which Mensik dropped just 2 sets en route to the final. He defeated British number 1 Jack Draper and 4th seed Taylor Fritz before facing Djokovic. His victory over Djokovic was particularly significant given their history. The Serbian legend invited Mensik to train with him in Belgrade after the 2022 Australian Open when the Czech was still a junior. Their first official ATP meeting came in October 2024 at the Shanghai Masters, where Mensik took the opening set before fading. This time, however, he held his nerve to complete the biggest win of his career. Djokovic, the 24-time Grand Slam champion, had not played in Miami since 2019, but the crowd was firmly behind him. More than 3/4 of the fans stayed despite the massive rain delay, chanting Novak at key moments. However, Djokovic appeared physically compromised. He struggled with his eye infection, using eye drops during 2 changeovers, and slipped twice on the humid court. Sweating profusely, he even requested a bucket of sawdust to improve his grip. "It was a weird day," Djokovic admitted. "You have to accept the circumstances. I tried to make the most out of what I had, but yeah, it was quite different from any other day of the tournament for me." Despite his difficulties, Djokovic broke back in the first set after falling behind 3-0. However, Mensik remained aggressive, executing a leaping backhand volley winner and taking advantage of a Djokovic drop shot error to race ahead 5-0 in the tiebreak before closing it out. The second set followed a similar pattern. Mensik did not face a break point and held his nerve in another tiebreak, delivering a decisive serve out wide to seal victory. Mensik collapsed onto his back in disbelief after match point, soaking in the moment of a lifetime. With his victory, Mensik has skyrocketed to a career-high number 24 in the ATP rankings. His powerful serve and explosive backhand have drawn comparisons to some of the game's best young players, and his ability to hold his nerve against a legend like Djokovic suggests he is ready for the sport's biggest stages. Djokovic, meanwhile, will have to wait for his 100th title, but he remains optimistic about his game. His improved serving under coach Andy Murray was a bright spot, even if he fell short in Miami. As for Mensik, he is already thinking about the future, joking, "Imagine me in 20 years from now, when I will be 39, playing the finals? I hope so, but it's crazy to think about it like this."